My cousin and I had a wonderful childhood together. We enjoyed getting into all sorts of mischief, and one day we found ourselves in the backyard of my grandparents' house, standing around their very large tree, thinking, hey, we should climb that. Now, the branches were kind of high up, so it was difficult to get up into the tree, so we decided we were going to rig up a nice pulley system. We could pull ourselves up into the tree using a rope. So we went into the garage, got a rope, tied a little loop around the end, tossed it up over a branch so we had one end hanging down and the loop hanging down on the other side. We thought, wonderful, we can get in. So my cousin put his foot up into the loop, grabbed onto the other end, and pulled himself right up. I thought, hey, that looks fun. That looks so cool. I'm going to give it a try. I get up and I stand in the loop and I'm ready to go. So I grab onto the rope and I pull up. And something strange happened. Instead of me going up altogether, my feet kind of raised up, but my shoulders stayed about where they were. And so it tilted me a little bit up into the air. No big deal, because I'm strong enough that I can pull myself up. So I gave the rope another couple of tugs, and same thing happened. Feet went up into the air, shoulders stayed where they were before, and I tilted a little bit more. After several times going through this process, thinking, oh, it's okay, I can pull myself up, I ended up tilting until I was completely horizontal in the air. Now, at this point, it was pretty clear that my process of logic was rather flawed, and I was debating whether or not to pull myself up one more time when my feet solved the problem for me by conveniently slipping out of the loop. Suddenly, there was nothing holding onto that rope, so even though I was clinging tightly to one end of the rope, I just slipped down onto the ground and landed directly on an exposed root, knocking the air out of my lungs, and I couldn't speak. Now, as if that wasn't bad enough, apparently the neighbor was watching the entire thing and said, "Are you okay?" Now, I tried to respond, but I couldn't. I couldn't breathe, couldn't talk. I frankly couldn't do anything except writhe around on the ground for a while. Now, concerned for my safety, he let me know that if I didn't respond in the next little while, that he was going to call the ambulance. So I managed to squeak out an, "I'm okay," and he left us alone. Clearly, that was not the best way to get up into the tree, but it sure was a great physics learning experience for me.